What do you think about this setup, basically? Have you seen this work before? And when you have co-offensive coordinators, what has to happen?
Well, I think just like anything, one is going to be great communication within our staff and great camaraderie, and us just working together to put together the best plan. And really, at the end of the day, what we need to do is find what our players do best, put them in the best situations to execute our plays, and see what we can do.
Kevin put, I guess, in the release that I guess he's going to be obviously heavily involved
Sure.
as an offensive guy. How do you kind of expect this dynamic to be when you've got three kind of main heads?
Which is a great question. I think right now we haven't even had a chance to sit down and talk about what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And so Wilson's going to be involved just because coming from Oklahoma, he's been extremely successful doing his spread offense, his up-tempo offense. I feel at Northwestern we've done a really good job on offense the last couple of years. Michigan, West Virginia, their spread offense. So we have a lot of good ideas. Now we got to put them together and come up with one great offense and one great plan for us to be successful.
You mentioned him, Rod being from Michigan, West Virginia, obviously.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spread there. It seems like it's maybe different stuff, but are you happy to see, I guess, that it all seems to kind of jive together a little bit?
It does, and it will. And I think at the end of the day, the spread is the spread. Everyone has their little tweaks to it, and I think that's what's most exciting about what we're going to do is finding out, okay, at Oklahoma, what was your angle on things? What was your tweak? What made what you did special? At Northwestern, what made what we did unique? Same with Michigan, and I think after recruiting, we're going to get a chance to sit down and watch film, put together a playbook, and again see what we do best.
When you have three guys on staff, adding Greg, that were in the Big Ten last year, what does that mean? I guess you guys obviously, you guys all played this Indiana team. You've all seen these kids from an opponent perspective. What does that do?
Well, I think it's huge. I think number one, it gives us a chance to sort of understand initially what we're working with, and I think from a talent standpoint. We're extremely close here, extremely close. And I think a year ago they were 5-7, and really should have been 8-4. Year before, same thing, really should have been 8-4. So it's not like we're starting from scratch. But I think it helps us being in the league, knowing the opponents, knowing who we're going to play, who we're going to go against, will help a bunch.
Coach, you've been in the Big Ten. Mike from Inside Indiana, how you doing?
Kevin, yeah, doing great.
Being in the Big Ten, you might have a little more familiarity with the personnel you're going to have to work with, especially receivers. What do you know about those guys?
Well, to be honest with you, specifically, I don't know a lot. I know in general, I know the ability of Belcher, of Kofi, Dewey, some of those guys I know they're very high on. And Indiana threw the ball around really well last year. So those guys know how to play the game. They know what they're doing. So now it's just a matter, again, of finding out how to get over that hump and take the next step in this program.
Summarizing your offensive philosophy, how would you attack offense, spread offense?
Yeah, both. I think spread, number one, and I think tempo would be the second word I would use. I think anytime you can play fast and get a defense reeling and get them fatigued, I think that's always going to be our advantage.
And when you are recruiting, I assume at least right now it'd be receivers?
That's right.
What do you look for in a receiver?
I don't want you to laugh, but I want speed. I want guys that can run, number one. And then number two, I want guys that can catch. And again, don't laugh, but those are the two essential things that I feel like I can teach them how to run routes better. I feel like I can teach them how to get off press coverage. There's some things we can build on, but the good Lord gave them the ability to run fast. So as long as they can run fast and catch the ball, those are 1 and 2 to me.
You got a guy like Belcher who's 6'5",
right?
I mean, do you prefer that type of receiver, or do you prefer more the Welker type?
I think you need a good mix, and I think right now that Indiana has a good mix right now, and so I'm looking forward to adding to that. But I think you need a big, strong guy. I think you need a little scat guy too. I don't know that you can load up on short guys. I don't know that you can load up on tall guys. Just a little bit of both, and everyone has their strong points that we can play towards.
How have you had to adjust your mindset given what's transpired here in the last couple of weeks or so?
As far as
you
what?
came in as receivers coach, now you're the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Co-offensive coordinator.
I don't know that it's changed a whole lot. I think coaches always say they do what they do. They do what they know, and I know the spread offense. Learned it from Coach Wilson. So I don't know that it really changed my philosophy or my beliefs any. Just a little bit more added responsibility.
That's more what I meant. I mean, how do your responsibilities change?
Well, I think it's too early to tell, and the reason I say that, what I said earlier, I just think we've been so wrapped up in recruiting. I think I would be able to answer that question better probably towards the end of spring ball.
Well, it's a team game, and so while the offensive line's blocking and the running backs hitting holes and quarterbacks making throws, wide receiver catching balls, defense making tackles, So it's a team game, and so it really there isn't. You know, I know a lot of people say that, but it's really about the team. It's about 105 guys playing together and playing hard, and so that's the best answer I can give you as far as football goes. You know, we're going to try to do our part to the best of our capabilities.
You've been in the Big Ten for a while now. Is there anything particular that characterizes why you play in the Big Ten?
You know, offensive line play is offensive line play. You know, it's and when you're facing Big Ten opponents, they're great coaches in the Big Ten, and so you're playing against great personnel, playing against great coaches, and so it's you guys got to rise each week, and that's what we're trying to do. Phenomenal offensive mind out of Oklahoma and Northwestern before that, and so we've known him for quite a while. Played him a couple times. And then with Coach Johns, we worked, we played against him, and he does a great job coming through there. And obviously, Rod and Coach Hagan, and doing some of those. So it's been nice. It's been fun, and they're great guys.
So it doesn't seem like a total departure or something totally new in the sense that you see some familiar faces.
Every day's a new day. Every day's part of your journey. So I mean, you meet new people, you meet new faces, and so I just sort of look at it like any other day. You're going to meet new people, and you're going to experience new things, and that's part of the journey. So
reading Rivals and some of the other stuff on some of the blogs and whatnot, the Michigan people, the people who posted, at least from a Michigan perspective, have been very complimentary about your work. What do you think you bring in terms of strengths, in terms of expertise? What are your primary areas that you can bring to bear?
I'm not sure. I'm excited about working with the kids. I like working with the players, the student athletes, and I'm real excited about working with this offensive staff. And so with that, we'll sort of see. You never know. You can't really project the future. I think I've had that answer before. I'm not Nostradamus. I have no idea. So,
is there anything particular, when you're in a new situation, that spring practice is always going to be important, but maybe especially important and interesting that first time. Is there anything particularly that you're looking for? What do you want to see from the kids coming in off their off-season workouts?
The game of football, it's a limited time in college, and it's a building experience, and so it's like any other. It's like doing math. It's like doing English, writing a paper. You write the first paper and you made some mistakes. You go back and correct them. And it's no different in football. You go out there, you practice, you see how you're doing, see where you're at, and then how do I correct it? How do I fix it? How do I, and so some of them are weight strength things, some of them are technique things, some of them are, other things, maybe just, stress or, from studying or whatnot, and then you correct them and you continually build, and you hope that by the time you get to your, third, fourth, fifth year, that you've built enough to where you're playing at a high level. So.
You're always learning something. You're taking something away from the experience you had. So if you don't, you're going to get bypassed. Obviously, defenses are always trying to catch up. Defenses are always scheming you and plotting you. So you always got to try to stay ahead of the curve. So yeah, absolutely. You always try to adjust or tweak or make your system better than what it was.
What's the last 3 weeks been like for you?
It's been up and down, like a roller coaster for the most part. Obviously, it's always disappointing whenever you don't get a chance to finish up what you did, but we understand the business. So that was a low point. At the same time, I'm extremely excited about the opportunity to come here, and with a great group of guys, and I've known Coach Wilson for a while, so I'm just excited. It's a new opportunity, and we're going to make the most of it.
How did this process go for you? Obviously they had a offensive coordinator in here until about Monday, and he decided to go back. When were you contacted, and how quickly did it move along, I guess?
I spoke with Kevin earlier, early in the process. He just called, we talked about it, but we were still in our season. And then, of course, I knew he hired Brent, the other guy, and, so I didn't really think much about it, to be honest with you. We were still in our season in Michigan. Finished the game, we lost, and then a couple of days later we were informed, but it was right there and then that basically I talked to Kevin, and he then told me about the situation, and we talked more about it. So it was kind of how it went from there.
What did it mean to bring Greg with you as well?
It's good because he brings some commonality, some familiarity to where as far as what we're going to expect and have up front. I've been with Greg for a long time now. I told him we joke all the time. We're destined to be together. I think from South Florida to West Virginia to Michigan and now to here. So, but he's a great coach. He'll do a good job, and a good friend of mine. So excited to be here with him.
You guys now have three assistants on the staff, on the offensive staff, that were all at Big Ten schools last year. What do you think that does for you? I mean, obviously, when you're looking at film with these guys, you weren't looking at their offense probably, but to have at least some degree of familiarity with this team and other guys in the league, I mean, what kind of benefit is that?
I think it's a huge benefit. Whenever you have more people who know about the conference, who know the team's tendencies or teams, what a personality of a team or a coach is, I think it's huge. It helps you. I mean, you need to get any benefit, any extra edge you can get, and I think that is definitely a positive for us.